My name is Will.
And I'm Karen.
And unlike Mulder and Scully,
we both want to believe.
So we've embarked on a journey of discovery.
We've talked to people deeply entrenched in the spiritual and metaphysical world.
We've thrown ourselves into weird and wonderful experiences. I even joined a coven of witches.
And wait, you joined a coven?
Yep, all in the interest of finding something.
Anything.
That will prove that there's something beyond this physical,
three-dimensional world we all live in.
This is the Skeptic Metaphysicians. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Skeptic Metaphysicians. This is a very, very special episode of the show. You're going to have to bear with us because we're live in a bunch of different places and this is not our new normal.
And we're so excited.
We are excited. For those of you who are joining up late, we have just launched a brand new platform, a streaming platform called NewRealityTV. And today we are here to talk specifically about that because there are no words to express just how excited we are about this new platform. We've been working on it for a long time and we're finally releasing it now and we're excited to share it with the world.
And we have some incredible people involved in creating beautiful content for us that we are just blown away by, and we know you all will be too, so we cannot wait for you to meet some of them.
Absolutely. So without further ado, because we are limited on time, we're going to do a quick introduction, a little roundtable with some of the content partners that we have with us today. We'll start with, I'm looking at, I think, Amy G. Doherty, and I hope I didn't just butcher your name, but Amy, welcome to the Skeptic Metaphysicians. How are you?
I'm so good and so excited to be here. And you said my name perfectly. Thank you.
Yay! Doesn't happen often, so great. Well, Amy, if you don't mind, so the people who don't know you, would you tell us who you are, what your show name on New Reality TV is, and what it's about, and then what you feel about New Reality TV and why it's important?
Okay. I'm Amy Gillespie Doherty. I'm an author of the Ancestors Within book series, also the creator of Irogenics Ancestral Eye Reading, which is exactly what I do on New Reality TV. So my program is The Eyes Have It, Unlocking Your Ancestral Code with Amy. And each week I go through someone's eyes, showing all the things that are revealed in the blueprint you were born with. And I love being on New Reality. I think that all of us, as we get any new awareness, we have a chance to have an entirely new reality of our own life. And it's a great place to start from and a great place to be that ripple in the pond.
Awesome.
That's perfect.
We're excited to have you, Amy. We're going to continue to bring in some more people, but it's wonderful to have you with us. So we're going to bring you back to the green room. We'll bring in the next person in. Okay. All right.
Who's next?
I think we're going to bring in the next one on my list here is Melissa Oatman. Melissa, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Melissa, tell us who you are, what your show name is, and what it's about.
So I am Melissa Oatman, and my show name is Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. I started this podcast after experiencing spiritual awakening. I wanted to know there had to be more to life out there than just what I was living. So I created this show to cover spirituality topics, mindset shifting, anything that can help people grow and learn and make their lives just a little bit better.
Oh, that's great.
Sounds like a perfect fit.
It really does. And so if you can tell us, what does it mean to you to be part of New Reality TV?
I'm so excited to be a part of this because every day we see around us just fear-based things. And I think that, you can see the influence of that in society. And I think our role here is to teach people that, get away from fear. Fear is just a liar. We need to be looking at the world from love. And when we do that, we start to see how many blessings are just really around us and how we can make our lives better.
Fantastic.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much, Melissa. Well, we're going to bring you down and we'll bring the next guest up and we'll see you again really soon. All right, next person. Oh, next.
It's the hip
two
hippie
people,
chicks.
the hippie chicks, Kathy and Linda. How are you guys doing? Oh, I think you're on mute, unfortunately.
Can we unmute them?
I can't unmute them. It's all up to them.
Oh my goodness. Well,
okay. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to bring you back down, Kathy, when unless you can unmute your microphone real
There
quick.
we go. Are we here?
There we go. Okay, we got you now.
Welcome to the party, kids. All right.
Oh,
We're a little technologically disabled over here, but we're okay. We're so excited to be here, you guys. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. Since we missed your introduction, why don't you go ahead and do that again so we can actually hear you this time?
Super. We'll be real quick about it. I'm Kathy Kazemi. I'm a hypnotherapist.
I'm Linda White. I'm an actor.
And together we're Gen X gal pals who have navigated the course of life and have found our bliss. And we want to use our real life experiences to help people raise their vibration and just follow their dream.
That's
And
awesome.
There's time and space to remain curious over being critical.
Yes.
And if we can remain open to ideas and listen to each other, we never know how much we can learn because there's so much out there.
Oh,
So I'm
absolutely.
very excited about this
Absolutely.
opportunity.
Absolutely. And that's what new reality means to us, because we are entering a new reality and we're all doing it together. So thank you guys.
Thanks for
Awesome.
Oh,
No,
well, thank you.
Hey, we're thrilled to have you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if you saw your lower thirds over backwards. I didn't know what your order was going to be. I had Kathy on the left and Linda on the right. And of course, it was best laid plans of all mice and men. So thank you so much. We will see you shortly. We'll bring you back. All right, next one on my screen is Jillian Holly. Jillian, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic,
Oh, great.
fantastic. Jillian, tell us who you are, what your show name is, and what it's about.
I'm Jillian Holly. I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada. And my show is the Empowerment Toolkit, and it's about empowerment. I work with empaths who typically we kind of bring in a lot of energy and emotion from other people. We deal with a lot of trauma and triggers in our life as highly sensitive people. So I want to give us tools and work with each other, with my guests, to bring in stories and tools and tips for people to feel and return back to their normal state of empowerment.
Awesome. Another feel-good show. That's
Absolutely.
Well,
So tell us, what does new reality mean to you?
Gosh, a new reality means not just new, but returning to our the reality that we're here to create, the returning of our true alignment with our soul, with our purpose, with our mission. And being a part of New Reality TV means that I get to work with and commune and bring not just my message, but be a part of this amazing team that's brought together to bring all of our messages here to raise the vibration.
awesome.
That's wonderful. This just feels so good, doesn't it?
It really does. I wish we have everybody on screen at one
I
time.
know.
All right, Jillian, thanks so much. We'll see you just in a few seconds.
Thank
you. Okay, next one on the screen is spirit medium Daniel Jackson. Daniel, tell us who you are, what your show name, and what's about.
Well, that was a nice way of saying it. Oh my gosh. My name is Daniel Jackson. I go by Spirit Medium Daniel, and I have a show called Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. And that show is basically everything about metaphysical and supernatural. I will be doing what everyone, I think, wants to have, is I will be answering all the unanswered questions that are beyond the veil. So
all of them, because there's some doozies
That's
out there.
a lot.
I don't know.
Well,
He can
as
handle it.
you guys have known since being on your show, I talked about some doozy things, so I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I actually call him Daniel Doozy Jackson.
Daniel Doozy.
So.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
That's Mr. Doozy to you.
All right, Daniel, what does new reality mean to you?
New reality to me is the same type of thing that I've been trying to do ever since I've been a medium. I'm just trying to bring peace of mind and clarity with a sense of direction through this world, and I think that's what new reality is trying to do at the same time. They're trying to not just to help people, but to give them direction throughout the rest of their lives.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's a perfect answer. Thank you, Daniel. We are going to bring you back down, but we'll see you again real soon.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I've got to scroll the screen down.
Oh, it's Crystal.
It's Crystal. Crystal, how are you? Oh, I think you're on mute, Crystal.
Hello,
There we go.
everyone.
Hello. Why don't you tell us who you are, what your show's about, and what it means to be on New Reality?
Certainly. My name is Crystal Rosenkilde Christensen, and I'm speaking to you from Denmark, Scandinavia. I am here with you to introduce my show, which is called the New World Oracle, The Magic of Elite Consciousness. And here I'm introducing a reminder, an upliftment, and an empowerment for conscious visionaries to remember to, with an elite awareness, to thrive more, succeed more, and leave an even bigger impact in the world with energy awareness and being a psychic and a medium. I'm bringing a lot of energy and insights to the shows to uplift people.
That is amazing. If you're only if you're only listening to the show, then please go to New Reality TV and check out the video, because I think that Crystal reminds me of somebody. And I want to know if you think the same way as me. So send me a comment. Let me know if you think this. I'll reveal it later on. But right now, Crystal, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, we have to ask her what
does new reality mean to you?
A new reality is, and the New Reality TV means everything to me. Because as we're seeing, even this week, as you're launching your channel, we see a new reality. We are waking up to a new world, and we see a world that truly needs all of your amazing content creators and yourselves, because we really need to bring upliftment and nurture and a new direction and an offering for people to choose a new path, because we are entering a new reality whether we like it or not. And I believe that you're offering with your channel a unique path to enlightenment and a better world and better life. So I'm excited to follow you and everybody here.
We are thrilled to have you. Thank you.
Absolutely are. In fact, that is the mission. That is why we put this thing together, because what do we say when we interviewed everybody, right? That everyone's carrying their own little candle. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, no, see, you are the screamers, I'm the candle. We're all holding up our little candle in the darkness, trying to shed some light. And when we gather all of these beautiful candles together, it's just going to create this incredible beacon that you can't help but see and be drawn to.
Absolutely. And Crystal, thank you so much for being one of those candles that are coming together with us to make that happen.
Me.
So, okay, we will bring you back down, and we'll come back to you in a few. Stand by. All right, the next person is Siri. How you doing?
Our soul painter.
Our soul painter. How are you doing, Siri?
Hello, everyone. I'm calling you from Norway. We're very snowy Norway now and dark. So it's good to be with you and be the light you're talking about. I'm Siri, and my show is The Soul Painter, which is all about art and music with light in it. So new reality for me means that it's finally time to be on the stage with you and with everyone else in this new reality, where there's finally time to speak the language I've been speaking for many, many years. And I can use the words that I have been talking to you and other people about, and they're all natural, about awakening and inner being and inner peace and world peace. And my show is about me painting and channeling energies in music and words, and you, like you were talking about, will be sucked into the screen to be in a meditative state and come out as an inner peaceful being on the outside of the show afterwards. So I'm very happy to be here with you.
No, we're thrilled to have you, boy. You are not kidding. I was just checking out your show, and I could not stop watching it. It was one of those things that you zone into it. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you.
And when you speak about a language that you're speaking, you, of course, we're not talking about Norwegian, right? Because we're not going to understand that, right?
No.
We're talking about the language of love and light and energy and vibration and all that wonderful stuff.
All right.
Yes. Now is the time.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, thank you.
Definitely time. Thank you, Siri. We will see you again shortly. All right. Next one on my screen is Daniel, the past life regressionist. God, I have no idea what your show is about. So can you explain that to us?
So I want to do what Siri did there and have my baby right here.
Oh, love it. I love it.
Look on my hourglass. Thank you for the idea, Siri.
Nice.
So I'm Daniel, the past life regressionist. And like the name suggests, I'm a past life regressionist, and my show is past life regression. So I bring people on to do past life regressions, record it, put it out there to the world. And it's always something new. I'll put it that way.
I see a pattern emerging, something about past life regressions.
It's kind of vague, though. You know, what is it they know?
Yeah, my parents really had it on. It was on point with kind of setting the stage, with the last name, the past life regressionist. And
Right.
It's like
right.
I couldn't run away from it.
Hey.
Well, Daniel, it's a pleasure to have you with us. We love your show.
And you're just so fun, and you have just such a great attitude.
Yeah, yep. You are our people for sure. Tell us, what do you think? What does new reality mean to you?
It's a little different for me.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
I think a new reality is a little bit more about confrontation. I think it's about confronting the ugliness and the darker parts of ourselves so we can leave it in the past and move forward and, dare I say, venture into the light. I mean, I personally feel that that's the only way to do it, is to shed everything that you've been carrying around. And I think that includes looking at some of the stuff that can be difficult to look at. So even on my show, yeah, there are some very exciting moments, very profound moments, but also some very heavy moments. But I think it's all encompassing. So I think that that's where we need to go to step into a new reality.
Definitely.
And I agree. And part of new reality is the content is generally uplifting. We don't do things that are fear-based or meant for, clicking. But we also do understand that in healing and in self-discovery, a lot of things come out, and some of them aren't pleasant. Some of them are hard to watch, but it's important as long as it's in the name of healing. So we think that what you're doing is fantastic, Daniel.
Yeah.
You're really helping a lot of people.
And hey,
I'm happy to be a part of it.
Thanks for doing it on New Reality.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
My
All right.
pleasure.
Well, we'll bring you down for a second, and we will come back to you. Stand by. All right. I think next on I think it's Luisa. I want to make sure she is ready for us. Before I put her up. Yep. Luisa, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You sound great.
So nice to be here. Thank you.
It's great to have you. So, Luisa, who are you? What's your show names,
Names.
and what are they about?
Okay, so I'm Louisa Munson. I'm one half of The Moment. My husband may come onto screen later if you've got time. And The Moment is a daily, Monday to Friday chat show where we help to, create a community, help to grow a level of support between us, to help people make sense of some of the changes that are going on in the world right now, and to, help people feel at home in their bodies. Really, it's to feel good. I think our show is going to be called Feel Good Friday tomorrow. So
Ooh, I like that.
come along and join us. It's about growing something I guess it's like a movement, so people know where, if they want to come and hang out, if they want to feel relaxed about, the scope of the energies right now, because they are off the scale, then, here's a nice place to come and make friends and connect. And we'll be interviewing people as well, like experts. I'm sure I'm going to be interviewing a lot of your other presenters. So it's going to be good fun.
I think that's a recurring thing. I think everyone's going to be interviewing each other, because we definitely want to get the word out about each other and about the platform. And
it's already happening. We're hearing little comments here and there about little groups getting together, and we love it. We really wanted just to build this beautiful community, and you all are so wonderful, and that same kind of mindset. So it's just been wonderful.
Yeah. And I want to reiterate something that's really important for the people who are watching or listening to understand. You and your husband are doing a daily live show from Monday to Friday. You are going out live on New Reality. That's incredible.
It really is.
And then on top of that, Luisa, you've got another show.
Another live show. A weekly live show. I'm an astrologer, by the way. And so I do a weekly live pop-up astrology show where I will look at the charts of 3 or 4 people and really sort of like take them through what they might need to know, like the most important things that might help to reassure them, bring them a sense of relief. So I offer that every week. I did my first one last night, and it was great fun. And it's always interesting, because I find that the people that come along to have their charts read, they nearly always have some kind of link. There's always a reason why the 3 names that I pick out of the hat, why they're always coming together. There's always a kind of shared sort of theme going on. It's wow. I love it. I come off air and I'm buzzing.
Wow.
Relax.
So I am one half of the Skeptic Metaphysicians. I'm the skeptic part of the Metaphysicians, right? And that never ceases to amaze me, how it all just works out. It's incredible.
See, now I thought you were going to go with your dad jokes and ask her if she's the Mo or the Ment.
Oh, you know what?
Half of the moment. He's rubbing off on me. I apologize.
She's projecting onto me. I don't do those types of jokes. Okay.
You know what? Carl actually asked me, can I do a regular dad joke feature on the moment? And I was like, no. So maybe that's what we should be doing.
All right. Well, we're going to come back, and hopefully Carl will join us and get some dad jokes from him, because I'm all about the dad jokes. So
he loves dad jokes.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're called good jokes, but we'll be back. Hang on.
What does dad rhyme with?
Anyway, moving on to the next guest. Oh, Dr. Maria. Dr. Maria Rothenberger. How are you doing today?
Hey guys. Oh, I'm fantastic. How could you not be with a group like this, huh?
This is an incredible
I just
group.
love your smile. It's just so bright right now.
Absolutely.
I feel so lucky. I truly do. I'm just like, wow, I get to hang out with these people. You all are amazing. I'm stoked.
Well,
Stoked.
you are one part of that amazingness. So thank you for being a part of New Reality. Dr.
Hey.
Maria, we know who you are, but the folks that are watching and listening may not. So would you tell us who you are, what your show name is, and what it's about, please?
Yeah. So I'm Dr. Maria Rothenberger. My show is The Reluctant Medium because I am reluctantly a psychotherapist first, but I had an experience where I was under the impression that I am now a medium, and it took forever to really own that. But my show is about that, and my people have asked for readings. So I do some readings. I do a little bit of teaching and a little bit of readings on my show. And man, it's been such an eye-opening experience. I feel like the best part is sort of being like a baby medium, you know, like a spirit baby medium, but I'm also a baby in mediumship, if you know what I mean, right? A little play on words. Is that a dad joke? I don't know. But
No, I've been told I'm just a baby. So does that qualify?
okay, kindred spirits.
Definitely. No question. Since the very, very beginning. So, Doc, what does New Reality mean to you?
New reality from, well, shoot, I think about it from a micro and a macro level. So on the micro level, here I am, a psychotherapist, very evidence-based, sciencey, moving into this esoteric spiritual play. I mean, I have my baby too, a little smoky quartz here. I'm holding crystals and playing with crystals.
I need to find the baby. Oh, wait. Here's my baby.
There you go. Cheers.
And for those who are only watching, we actually have drinks in our hands. So we went in.
There you go.
Anyway, sorry.
I'll have a sip of water in a second. Too early on the West Coast. But I am in a new reality myself, right? Doing this sort of balance between, or a dance between, this evidence-based stuff and things that aren't that science hasn't caught up to yet, although I think that it really is on its way. But on the macro level, it really is about sharing this, expanding this, sharing it, shouting it from the rooftops. There can be a balance here, and everything else, of course, that everybody else has said about vibration, low vibration versus high vibration, I think is a part of it. But it's also, for me, about spreading balance here, right? Okay, so we're not going to ignore the shadow stuff like Daniel was talking about. It's one of my favorite things, but we're also going to incorporate and bring in the ways that those things can be useful and the ways in which we can shine a light on them. So yeah, that's what I think.
So awesome. And I love all of our shows, but when I first saw the very first show you brought up, it's just so low key fun. Like you're cooking on it, you're hanging out on your couch, or like it's such a cool vibe. So definitely check it out on New Reality TV. So, all right, we will bring you back down, and we'll bring you back up in a few. All right, next on our screen is
The Voice.
The Voice. Get ready. If you are sleepy at all, wake up, get some coffee, because here comes Mr. Tom Evans. How are you doing, Tom?
Wow, I had no idea I missed a voice. Thank you very much.
That's what I tell people about you.
Well,
His voice, it just like puts you in the zone instantly. It's amazing.
And I think millions of others think likewise on a little other app out there, right? Insight Timer, some might have something to do with something like that. So
I had no idea I had a voice. I thought I was a writer and then discovered the voice, and I became a meditation teacher with books on the side rather than an author with meditations on the side. But I'm calling in from in between Glastonbury and Stonehenge in the UK, which I discovered pretty much a few months ago is the heart chakra center of the whole planet Earth. So I'm beaming lots of love from the heart chakra to all of you guys and out to all the people that are watching this as well. And yeah, so my show's Practical Alchemy, and it's all about the art and meta science of transmutation. And my passion is taking the esoteric, which is the ununderstood, and making it exoteric, which means known and understood, and how you can use what are old techniques, as old as the hills, maybe use them to enhance your life and live a life of bliss and magic. And what I like to do is to show people how the magic is done, so it ceases to be magic and it becomes common sense and obvious. So
I was just going to say, Tom, a magician never shows his secrets.
Your past life regressionists will probably tell me if I come on the shows that I've been kicked out of many orders in the past for revealing the secrets. But one of the things I'm doing now is to do it in a very safe and practical way, and I believe the new reality we're stepping into is an awakening of consciousness, not just of us, but of the whole planet, of Mother Earth as well. And we're doing not just a play for us and humanity, it's for all life forms on the planet, but also this planet is going to awaken, and also that'll ripple all the way through the cosmos as well. And I write about that in my novels because it's too bonkers to put into a non-fiction book, so I write about that in my fiction books. And that's what I teach the art of future life progression as well, how you channel the future, and how people like Asimov and Jules Verne and what have you would write about the future. I teach authors how to do that, how to tap in a future which is not quite yet happened, and how we manifest that brilliant, bright future for us and our fellow beings.
Wow. Well, Tom, I think you answered what does new reality mean to you in that, but if there's something else you wanted to mention before we bring you down?
Just thanks for turning up right at this perfect time in my life. Thank you very much.
Well, no, the thanks go to you and everyone else who is a part of this, because we couldn't do it without you guys.
It is a group effort.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, all right, Tom, we're going to bring you down, and then we're actually going to bring, I think that's everybody that is here. I'm going to try to bring up as many of us as possible up on the screen at one time. So if the screen goes haywire, just bear with us, because I have no idea what the load's going to do to our internet. So stand by. Here we go. Here comes Melissa and the hippie chicks and Jillian and spirit medium Daniel Jackson and Crystal and Siri and Daniel, the past life regressionist, and Louisa and Dr. Maria and Tom, and last but certainly not least, Amy Doherty. And that is unfortunately all we can fit onto one. I'm going to, yes, we are missing Amy and Tom. So we'll do a round robin to bring people in and out as we go. But I wanted everyone to be on screen, as many of us as possible at one time, just so that everyone can see these wonderful faces that are involved in this new reality. What you're seeing on screen, if you're watching this right now, is a fraction of the shows that we have on the platform. It is breathtaking, the amount of content that we have that is so diverse, that is here to help raise the consciousness of the planet, and we are privileged to have you as our content partner. So thank you for that.
And all of you work in all of these different modalities, but you come from all walks of life. I mean, if you look at our content partners, we have attorneys and doctors and PR people and computer people and just the whole spectrum. And one thing that we like to emphasize is this woo that we talk about is becoming very mainstream. People are starting to wake up quickly, and we want everyone to know that you're not alone. You know, maybe you're there at your cubicle at work and you're like, you think you're hearing voices or you're seeing something or whatever. You're not going crazy. You're waking up, and we are here to help you with that.
All right. Okay, so now that we have all of us up on screen, what I'd like to do is, I know that we're all on mute because I'm afraid that everyone unmuting at the same time, but if you have something that specifically you want to shout out about new reality or what you feel, where the world is heading, I'd love for you to unmute yourself and give us a shout. What are your thoughts on what we're doing here?
Anybody?
Everyone at one time.
I know. I think everyone's waiting for someone else to speak.
Jillian, go for it.
I think there is a lot going on right now, and I think what we all talk about at New Reality, but also what I try to teach in my own work with Connective Nation, which is my healing methodology, and with the Empowerment Toolkit on New Reality TV, is to tune into our own bodies and to gauge the truth from our own body. A lot of us in this woo space, and I kind of joke and I say, if you're saying woo and you think you're woo and you're saying you're woo, you're not really woo, because we live this. This isn't woo to us like the alchemy. You know, we're changing our reality as we go, but we can tune into our body to see what the truth is. If we are connected and entangled with so many other people, like we as highly sensitive people usually are. And if we eject, this is Will and Karen, when I was on your show, Skeptic Metaphysicians, you said this was your favorite tool that I talked about, which is releasing and ejecting all outside energy. Because we as bioenergetic beings, we as empaths, we suck in a lot of emotions and energy from other people. And that sometimes when we're watching, I don't watch the news. But when we're told of news and stuff going on in the world, and there's a lot going on right now, when we're told of that and we are connected to, entangled with so many other people, we sometimes are kind of slip into reaction instead of creation. And we can tune into our bodies and release that energy, release the emotion from our body to tune into the truth. And that's, I'd love for everybody just to have an exercise right now. If you're watching, if you're listening right here, just tell your body, I release all outside energy. And it can be as easy as that. But you can learn to muscle test, you can learn to tune in and connect with your body and listen to your body to see what your truth is. And to get back to your mission, because we all, everybody here at New Reality, everybody watching, everybody listening, you have a mission in your life. And sometimes if we're too entangled with other people, that mission can kind of get diluted.
That's a very good point. And one thing that we want people to know it's important is that everybody has these abilities within them. It's just a matter of learning how to focus and how to use them. And our experience, and probably most people's experience, is step one, or the gateway, is meditation. Does everyone pretty much agree with that? Or does anybody else have another kind of trick that, not trick, tool, step, helpful advice, tip? Louisa, is that?
I wasn't going to go with the tip, actually. I was going to talk first about what I think we're all doing here, because I really think there's a sense of divine timing coming up right now. You know, there is I don't know, like this sense that, oh, now is the time that I was born to be here. I don't know if anyone else here is feeling that, but I definitely got a really strong sense of, oh, you know, now is the time for my purpose to come forwards. And, you know, I'm meeting so many more people all the time that are sort of confirming that. So I think what we're all doing here is creating this kind of safe space to be ourselves. And I think it's really powerful. And, you know, I loved what Gillian was saying, you know, talking about entanglement and whatnot. You know, I think we are all entangled. And if we're all doing this, and, you know, there's this opportunity for people to feel safe and supported to explore all these new experiences that they're going through. I really like what Daniel said as well. You know, there probably will be some dark stuff that comes up during this time. You know, I think we're going to be okay. You know, if we're doing it, it's going to be mirrored out. You know, I really strongly feel like we're in it's almost like a fractal place. A fractal reality. So I just see that this is going on all over the place. In terms of, I'm not a very good meditator, I have to say. What I do is I ask questions. So, and I've done this since I was really young. I just ask really open-ended questions. I go for a walk and I just ask, like I'm asking the sky or my guides or my higher self. I mean, you could change the word of that to suit who you want to like tune in with, but I always get a response, and it might not come immediately. It might be something felt, it might be something heard. I might see something in my eyes, or I might like see an animal and quickly get on my phone and read up the meaning of that particular power animal. But there are loads of different ways, and I think if you ask these questions without answering them, like ask these questions and leave them hanging in the sky, like consciousness comes back and starts to work with you. That's my experience. So if you're not a good meditator, that might help.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to bring you and Jillian down because I think Tom has a comment that he wants to bring in. So stand by and we will get you back up in a second. Tom, I would love for you to share what you shared in the chat, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, well, actually, so I'm on Inside Timer. I'm one of the top meditation teachers, and I've never been to a meditation class. I've never learned meditation at all. It's just come naturally from some esoteric studies that I went through, and a little bit of hypnotherapy. But I'm an engineer, and I love reverse engineering stuff. So what I did was listen to lots of people that were trained meditation teachers and kind of learn what the process was. And Louisa, I completely disagree with you. You're a fantastic meditator. It's not about the classic process of meditation. It's just becoming to a different relationship with your thoughts. And one of the things that I've been exploring is how most thoughts aren't necessarily what we think of as being our own. And when you get to know the different thought types, and you talk about feelings, you talk about the power animals, things that you see, and we tune into the clairsentience, claircognizance, clairvoyance, and clairaudience, the thing that we're strongest at in terms of our other abilities, what Steiner calls supersensibilities. That is amazing. So meditation is just about having a different relationship with your thoughts, not about going into a classic, sitting in a cave with your legs crossed and chanting Om type of meditation. And we meditate all the time. We're in meditation all the time. We drift in and out of the meditative state all the time.
Although there's nothing wrong with doing the Om thing either, just so we're clear.
Absolutely.
To Om or not to Om? That's the question.
That is the question.
All right. So I love the comments are in the chat, but before we go to them, Crystal, you had your hand up first, so we'll go to you. You had a comment you wanted to give.
I think that everybody is so to the point that it's an inside job for us to create a new reality and participate in the new reality that we're all a part of. Because to me, meditation has been a part of my life since I was 11, or probably even younger. When I was 4, I started, as I said in my play, I was playing in the playground, let's tune into the stars and see what's going, what we're gonna be told today for our play. But I think when I work with leaders and executives and elite performers throughout the world, many of them are saying to me, Crystal, we can't meditate, we'll never get to meditate. And one of the things that I aim to share with as many people as possible, it's more about the intention. It's our thoughts, choices, and actions that lead us into our destined paths. And I think that when we are applying awareness and intention into everything that we do, our thoughts will be our navigators into a new reality. So I think that that each and one of us that will be on this show will have different angles and different versions and different offerings as to how to navigate the new reality that we're both opening up into, but we're also being a part of. Because as Einstein said, he called quantum entanglement, he called that spooky action. Because in his time, he was so afraid of what he saw of potential of that space and that the knowledge about quantum entanglement, quantum physics, that we were suddenly opening up with science into the space that he called faith. So for him, he withdrew. He said, this is too big for me. I've reached my level, at least from a scientific point of view. And I think that's what we're all unveiling from each of our perspectives. And that is what I love with my clients, but also with this show, is to unveil some of the secrets between my global consultancy, where I've been traveling the world with energy awareness and insights and bringing that into mainstream and elite performance. And I just love hearing everybody's different versions of how to to reach that higher state of consciousness and truly living our destined path, because then I think we are co-creating a new reality.
Absolutely. And I love what you said, because we are firm believers of many paths, one truth. And that's what this show has always been about, is about showing different paths. And that's what the beauty of New Reality is sharing so many different paths. One of them is bound to be a perfect one for you. Now, we do have a question from the audience, and I think that we should answer that. So I'm bringing it in. What do you say, guys? Is this really live?
Yeah.
It's really live. So
really
Melanie,
live.
you are really watching us live. So thank you, first of all, for tuning in. And second of all, if you have a question, we can answer it for you. So please feel free to write another comment and let us know.
Or at least we can try to answer.
Well, yeah. Well, we've got plenty of experts here that someone will be able to answer it, I'm sure. Now, you have another?
Well, I had a question, and actually this is for our hip hippie chicks. And we're kind of getting back into meditation. So, Tom was talking about different types of meditation. For people who are just kind of trying to do I don't want to say the typical type, can you help them through hypnosis? Like, can you hypnotize them to get that state?
Well, to get out of their own way, get out of the monkey mind, because we have this idea what we think what meditation is. Excuse me. And it's really getting out of your own mind. The monkey mind doesn't stop. It's always going, right? Which is why you have the mala beads. It's just to occupy the monkey mind as you're going through your meditation. So it's really about allowing yourself to have your thoughts and not being emotionally attached to them. And hypnotherapy can help you detach from those everyday thoughts. So you can just let them flow in and then flow out. And that's just going with the flow. And it definitely makes it a lot easier to get to that state. And then, because all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, truly. And that's what I'm teaching my clients to do. So
cool. Well, then that brings up a point, because we have another person on the call on this broadcast that does use that type of hypnosis. Daniel, would you agree that this is indeed self-hypnosis? Like, are you regressing yourself when you do your regressions?
When I facilitate one with someone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you bring yourself there. And I agree with one half of the, I'm sorry, the names were mixed up before. So one half of the hippie chicks, where it is just, it's getting out of your own way. I think that everyone has that capability to just be there. I don't think that I just saw the comment at the bottom that kind of threw me off too. I like that. I think that everyone has the ability to just listen, because it really is just using the voice. That's all I do when I do my work. And it's through imagery as well. Just see this. And it's not, I mean, before I had my first past life regression, I thought that it was like a whole production that took place. And after it, I said, wait, that was it? I mean, it really is just that simple. It's just, hey, be here. You
almost feel like you're making it up, don't you?
Exactly. And I think that everyone has that capability, even if you don't feel that you can, quote unquote, see. I think everyone has the ability to tap in with one of the other senses. They may not just be aware of it, because then it becomes, am I doing this right? I had this feeling.
It's the expectation. You set up the expectation. And that's what I think we're all doing here as a part of New Reality TV, is we're helping to set a different expectation for what we're all capable of. And how to navigate through the darkness, because we're going to see a lot of darkness, and we're here for a reason, aren't we? We've all said it.
Right.
We've all said it.
Yep. And we have a friend who's in the audience right now. We just showed the comment. She is also a hypnotherapist, and she agrees with you all right there. So she goes, yes, that is true. So Danny, thanks so much for chiming in. One person that is still in the green room, I'm going to bring up.
Can I say one?
Yes, definitely.
Jillian, I hate to break it to you, but your prime minister resigned a few days ago. I know you don't watch the news, so sorry. But just wanted to let you know, just in case there was any shockers there. So
okay, I've got to bring Jillian in so she can respond as she feels like she needs to.
Mr. Perfect Hair, we call him. Yes. Perfect hair.
Wait, me or Trudeau?
Both,
right?
Oh, thank you.
I was just going to say, do I need to separate the two of you? But I just realized you talk about Trudeau. So, okay.
Yeah, no, I did hear that. I heard something. He kind of came back because Trump was talking about Trudeau being a governor of the U.S. and overtaking Canada. So I have heard a little bit, but intention work is where it's at. So we'll
yeah. And but
not
one
a hair
thing
is out of place on this.
right. and I just want to shout out, this is about as close to political as this platform gets. So we'll just leave it there and we'll move on to other things. I did want to bring in Amy in because I think her show it was worth a shout out because I've never seen anything like this before.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
We met her at a little mini expo. I think it was at the AR. Was it at the? No, it wasn't at the ARE. We saw her the second time there.
Right. The second time was at the ARE. The first time was at that Spirit Expo that they had in Virginia Beach.
I was like, what is going on with these eyes? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna try that out. But there was a line. So we didn't actually get in the first time, but I think the second time there was a break in the line and I snaked in and got my eyes scanned.
Right. And the shows, the eyes have it. And really, you go into the eyes, you take a big picture of the eye and you see things in people's eyes that freak me out. So tell us a little bit about that.
How did that start?
Well, it was a long journey. It started with my work in Mozambique, Africa, when I was working with children and doing survival skills training. And when I came back to the States, I wanted to continue working with kids. And I thought, well, what harms American kids? And the answer was self-destructive behaviors and suicide patterns.
Oh.
And I ran into this guy who was teaching about conscious language, people who are saying, I can never win, I can never lose 5 pounds, I always this, I always that. And he was doing something called biooptic holography, looking at the 7 layers of the eyes. And that's kind of where it got started. But along the way, as you said, I discovered that there's so much more in the eyes. We're actually looking at epigenetic patterns, gifts, talents, abilities, unresolved ancestral traumas that show up over and over again, as well as your ancestors, as Will mentioned, will show up in your eyes. Nobody has less than 200 images in their eyes. You'll see a woman delivering a baby. You'll see a man in a policeman's uniform. You'll see a knight in armor or an archer with their bow. And it's really an amazing experience. And once you've seen images in your eyes, you'll just never be the same again. You'll just be wanting to look again and again and again. Like, who else is in there and what other
So 2 things. One, a lot of the people that we interview say that they see things, but it's really like the third eye seeing, right? You more like feel them than see them. You see them with the third eye, but you're talking about specific. You like see things, right, in 3D world. Second of all, oh my God, it just feels so crowded in there. I mean, it's an eye. It's little tiny little.
You thought it was a speck of dust in your eye. Nope, it was your great-great-grandfather.
That's it. Well, that's why we capture the image. That's why we do it with a photograph, so that we actually have the photo and we can circle and we can highlight and we can zoom in on images and do little cropping and whatever to make them show up so you can actually kind of see and hold on to them. But like so many things, we're alive. There's an energy, right? And so there's layers. So 1 minute you'll look at 10 o'clock in your left eye and you'll see a priest. And 2 days later, you'll be like, where'd the priest go? And this time you'll see a baby. And they're all there. But as your pupils adjust, as the light adjusts, you'll pick up different layers from inside of there.
That's wild.
So if you think of like Masaru Emoto with the water and the crystals, it's kind of like that. Like when your energy is one place, you'll see and pick out one image, even though it was always there. Or you may open the Bible and you'll read something completely different in the same passage you've read 100 times.
Okay.
You'll look at the same photograph, but you'll see totally new things.
That makes me feel a little bit better because I thought you like got the hobo with a stick and
Traipsing through.
right, and all of a sudden you walk in and then I'll just hang out for a while and you walk out again. But you're talking just your perception changes and you see different things, but they're all there. It's just different dimensions of being able to see things when you're ready to see them, I guess. Yeah,
it's really
It's
incredible.
true, Will. And as a final note on that, the images that show up in the fibers of your eyes, in the actual iris, those will be there every time you take your eye photos. But the ones that show up in the moisture, in the reflection, in the pupils or in the sclera, they'll be different every time you take your eye pictures. So there's a much heavier energetic to that part.
Okay.
Wow.
We need to do a deeper dive. We're going to do a lot more of these, and we're going to do with smaller groups because this is beautiful, wonderful. But I just feel like I need to talk to each one of you individually. So we're going to have you on our show individually.
Yes.
I want to. You need to do something.
Well, I had a question.
Oh, by all means.
But this is like a group question, and it just when you talked about working with children, it made me think. What do you all think about kids getting involved in these sort of modalities and exploring their psychic abilities? Do you think it's good? Do you think they should wait? What do y'all think?
Dive right in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I feel like, especially in the generation where I grew up, that there was often parents or authority figures trying to guide us away from what was natural, what felt natural, what beliefs were natural.
Good point.
It was just that it felt like we were being controlled, if you will. Don't think that way. Don't believe that way. You must believe this, or you must think this way.
Or that's who we.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think parents sometimes, older people may not understand when their children, grandchildren, or whomever may have this sight, this higher level of consciousness. They are not at that place, so they can't appreciate that. They should stop and listen to what the youth have to say about that and how it's impacting them instead of closing them off.
Yeah, and let them learn. That's why we're here. Teach.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I love that. Daniel has something he wants to chime in, and then we'll go to Siri because I know she's been chomping at the bit to talk. So Daniel first and then Siri.
So I personally think it's okay for kids to explore this, but I think they also need to get dirty. And when I say that, I mean in a sandbox.
Yeah.
So, not necessarily like, extracting all the shadows at that point, but I think it's, even if you think that your child is, I'll put this in quotes, special. I mean, I think all children are special, but I think it's also important for kids to still be kids. So give them a half an hour of meditation and give them a half an hour to go play on the bike and get dirty and fall down and get in trouble a little bit. I think it's just really important for them to have the totality of the experience because kids are kids.
See, I told you guys at the very beginning, I get sucked into the conversation and I forget to switch cameras. So I'm sorry about that, Daniel. I didn't bring you up full. I will next time.
We were listening.
All right. That's wonderful. Siri, I definitely want to make sure that we hear your thoughts before we move on.
Yeah. Speaking of children, which is a very huge theme in my life, I have 5 of them, 5 star seeds, and I can't not see them and not hear them. And also being educated a teacher, having lots of experience from teaching children and also being with children. And putting this into today's new reality show and this new reality we've all been talking about. Like I said in the comments that nobody obviously sees, I've been painting circles for a long time now. And that is, to me, a symbol that has been given to me to give to all, that now the full circle is here. It's time to be open, to walk through the circle and embrace everyone for the ones they are. And children are messengers for the future. And so when children speak and react and live and get dirty, like you say, and they play and they move quickly in and out from feelings and emotions and experiences, just like dogs. They just sniff a little here, sleep a little there, play, cry, react, listen to people and things, and then they move on. And that's life. And so when they see and hear things that are in other dimensions, or they feel things or know things, we absolutely should see them and just treat it like it's normal, because it is. And I have been like that since I was a little girl, seeing things, knowing things, and smelling things, being a clear, sentient being, and not being accepted for who I was. So I am here to share this, that children are very important right now. So that's my message to you all.
It's a beautiful message. And you mentioned the comment that nobody sees. I wish this platform allowed us to show the private chats, because it has been fantastic. We're gonna have to publish this because it's an incredible chat. Melinda, who's our tech person, is watching this right now because she made a message. There's Melinda right there. So Melinda, we need to figure out a way to get the private chat onto the screen. So that's that. I talk all the time about people ending their shows on time, and I am going to be a hypocrite if I don't end our show on time. So in the very short amount of time that we have left, is there any last minute something that you want to make sure the audience knows why they should watch your show or become a member of New Reality TV? Any last thoughts? Melissa.
I wanted to say that I think this is so important because we see so many people today who have so much anxiety, and the mental health of a lot of people is just, they're struggling. And I think that our shows, this network, the gifts, the things that people are doing are helping. And that's why I think it's so incredibly important for this network to be here, for the people to be putting out the content that they are, because we're helping people we don't even know. We don't realize the amount of people that we're helping and that we're elevating the entire collective. So I think that's so important.
Absolutely. Thank you, Melissa. That's wonderful. The world is ready.
Yes.
The world is ready for these messages. How many times have we talked to attorneys and doctors and scientists and people who you wouldn't think would be entrenched in the woo, who are suddenly thinking, am I going crazy? Well, we're here to tell everybody you're not. This new reality is the new normal. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on board. And Karen has something else to say.
I'm just like, it just came to me. It's not the woo, it's you.
I love it. And I have great news. Melinda is working on it. Woohoo!
We love you, Melinda, so much.
Yes, thank you so much. She does it's a very important message from Melinda. She says, watching will raise the vibration of the entire planet. And that is why we're here to begin with. So Melinda, thank you so much. All right. I do want to maybe bring down someone so that Jillian can have a parting see you later. I just don't know who to do it. Daniel, you've spoken a lot. Let's bring you down. All right. Quickly before we run out of time, Jillian. Okay. I know you mentioned that the kid thing. You mentioned you had a comment in here that kinetic divination is really important. So muscle testing is very important for kids. Yeah, muscle testing is important.
Muscle testing, and I agree. We are told no. That's one of the words that we hear so frequently from the age of like 2 on, and we're told no. And I think once we get past the age of 2 or age of 7, we need to learn what no and yes feels like in our body, and we need to say yes to ourselves. We need to say yes to a new reality. We need to say yes to our truth. We need to say yes going forward to raising the vibration. I'm so thrilled. I don't want to get teary. I'm a Cancer, y'all. And I get a little emotional.
Yeah. Well,
I'm so thrilled to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jillian. And before we end, we do have a couple of people who couldn't be here but sent us some videos I want to share with you right now, because it would be remiss if we didn't share them. So first and foremost, ladies first, we'll bring in Shanna Vavra from Sense of Soul. Hang on.
Hi, I'm Shanna Vavra. I am from Colorado. I am a Gen X mother of 4. I am a Reiki master teacher, an ancestral genealogist, a spiritual mentor, and I've been studying the Gnostic Gospels for over 4 years now. And I'm the host of Sense of Soul, where I get to talk to amazing people from around the world who share their journeys of how they discovered their true sense of soul. I've been on my spiritual journey for over a decade when I asked myself, how much of what I believed in had I been told to believe? And of that, How much had I truly experienced to be my truth? And from then on, I became a truth seeker, a soul seeker. I have climbed out the box of conditions and learned to live by my own experiences, my truth. No more seeking outside of myself. It's all inside your multi-dimensional, amazing self. And I am super excited to be a part of this beautiful community where we all share the same purpose of raising the consciousness of humanity. This is no longer woo-woo. This is the new reality.
Clap, clap, clap. And that is fantastic. And then quickly before we run out of time, we have one more video I want to share with you before we close out the show. This is Carl Gruber from World Awakenings.
Hey guys, hi, it's me, Carl Gruber, host of the podcast World Awakenings, the fast track to enlightenment. Now, I've been doing this show since 2018, and many times, and I'm sure you've had this feeling, I feel like I'm flying solo. And then I met some wonderful people named Will Rodriguez and Karen Ensley, and they have pulled this whole community together. We're on a new adventure, and it's called New Reality TV, and I am so grateful and blessed to be together with like-minded colleagues and individuals like you guys to help establish that new earth. After all, that's what our podcasts are all about, what our shows are all about. It is about bringing a new reality into the world of, as my show says, all things spiritual, metaphysical, and enlightening. We're on an important mission here. I wish I could be with you guys live, but I just thought I'd throw this in here and thank each and every one of you for being here and allowing me to ride the coattails with Will and Karen and all of you. Thank you, bless you, and we are going to kick some butt, I'll tell you. New Reality TV. Thank you, guys.
That's embarrassing. I do need to mention, we are the ones writing your coattails,
Yes.
because you are all the ones that have the content that we're sharing with the world. So thank you all for being a part of New Reality. Thank you for being a part of our community, because that's really what we are. Thank you for coming on the show. And I think we're going to need to do more of these, because this has been fun.
It has been fun.
Yeah. And I apologize for those of you that we spoke to very little. It's just a lot of people, and I got caught up in the conversation, and I'm terrible about doing multitasking because I'm a man, and I promise I will do better next time. So to each and every one of you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of this. And for those of you who are watching this and listening to this, please go to NewRealityTV.com. This is an important platform. This is the start of a new reality. This is the start of a new movement. This is the start of making people realize that there is another choice. The choice is love and uplifting, and that's what we're here for. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for participating, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Bye.